Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, what would happen if our Earth suddenly became 11 times larger, as big as the mighty Jupiter? Sounds crazy, right? We live on a lush, perfect planet for sustaining life. But what if everything changed? What if gravity pulled you down so hard you couldn't lift your feet? What if the thick atmosphere made every breath a struggle? And worse, what if our beloved moon was torn to pieces by its own planet? This is not a scenario from a science fiction movie, but a terrifying possibility if Earth were the size of Jupiter. Join me on a dramatic hypothetical adventure to explore the shocking changes a Jupiter-sized Earth would bring. Brace yourself, because what you're about to hear will completely change the way you see our planet. Maximum gravitational force. When every step is a battle. Let's start with the most terrifying change: gravity. If our Earth suddenly became 11 times larger like Jupiter, the gravitational force would soar to 11 times what it is now. Can you imagine that? Immediately, you would feel as if a huge rock is pressing down on you. Our muscles are not designed to withstand such a strong pull. Moving, even just lifting a finger, would become an impossible task. You would be crushed to the ground, unable to stand or walk. Life as we know it would end instantly. But wait, what if Earth had the size of Jupiter from the very beginning, from when everything first started forming? In that case, everything on this planet would have to adapt to the extreme gravity. According to scientists, everything would become much shorter and lower, from majestic mountains, towering ancient trees, to animals and even us humans. Why? Because the greater the gravity, the harder you have to work against it. Smaller objects would weigh less and therefore would find it easier to resist gravity. You can see this with astronauts. They can grow a few centimeters taller after spending some time in a weightless environment. It's amazing to see how gravity can shape everything around us like that. Terrifying atmospheric pressure and the transformation of water. Next, let's talk about the atmosphere of a Jupiter-like Earth. If gravity suddenly increases, air pressure will also skyrocket. The air molecules around us will be pulled strongly toward the surface, creating enormous pressure on everything, especially our lungs. Every breath will become a fierce struggle, and normal breathing might become impossible. Moreover, atmospheric pressure profoundly affects water, our source of life. Did you know that at high altitudes, where atmospheric pressure is lower, water boils at a lower temperature? Conversely, if atmospheric pressure increases, water will require a much higher temperature to boil. This will have extremely serious impacts on Earth's weather cycles. Water molecules will find it difficult to evaporate from liquid form to create clouds and rain. Imagine a world where water struggles to evaporate, the water cycle stalls, and the global climate is completely disrupted. Not only will breathing be difficult, but life itself will face severe danger. A truly frightening vision of a planet we would hardly recognize. Earth sucks. Asteroids and loses its magnetic field. With a soaring gravitational force, not only the surface is affected, but objects in space would also be pulled toward this Jupiter-sized version of Earth. An Earth the size of Jupiter would become a giant magnet for asteroids, attracting more meteorites, including huge space rocks that could cause significant global changes. Currently, Earth's small size helps us avoid many cosmic hazards. But Jupiter is different. It is the cleaner of the solar system, constantly pulling in or deflecting space debris, protecting us. If Earth became that large, it would no longer be protected, but become the main target of deadly collisions. But that's not all. One of the subtle yet most devastating changes could occur deep beneath Earth's surface. Earth's molten iron core is the key factor generating the magnetic field that protects our planet from harmful solar radiation. If the pressure on this core increases due to the enormous gravity, it could cause Earth's core to solidify much faster than the billions of years expected. And once the magnetic field disappears, we will be completely exposed to deadly radiation storms from the sun and space. This would destroy the environment, flora and fauna, and all life forms on Earth. A truly dark prospect, isn't it? The shattered moon. a heartbreaking end for our eternal companion. Among all the terrible changes, perhaps the most heartbreaking will be the fate of our beloved moon. Currently, the moon orbits the Earth at a safe distance, creating tides and stabilizing the planet's axial tilt. But what if the Earth suddenly had the size and gravity of Jupiter? The moon would be pulled too close to Earth's Roche limit. The Roche limit is a critical point in astronomy where a planet's gravity is strong enough to tear apart a larger satellite. And then, our moon would cease to exist. It would be torn into millions of small pieces by the enormous gravity of a giant Earth. The image of the moon shattering in the sky would be the final sight for a lifeless Earth. The debris could form a new ring around the Earth, like Saturn, but that would be a sign of a cosmic disaster. Losing the moon would not only be an aesthetic loss, it would severely affect tidal cycles, climate, and the stability of Earth's axial tilt, pushing the planet into an unprecedented era of chaos. A tragic end for our eternal companion. What a dramatic and terrifying journey through a hypothetical universe where our Earth is no longer itself. We have seen what would happen if Earth were as big as Jupiter, from crushing gravity, suffocating atmosphere, to attracting asteroids and losing its protective magnetic field. Even the moon could not survive. This makes us realize even more the delicate and perfect balance of our current home, Earth. Let's cherish and protect this blue planet. If you find this video interesting and want to explore more scientific mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the exciting content ahead. Thank you very much, and see you in other fascinating scientific adventures.